So I grew up in Rockland County. My parents were both born and bred in the Bronx. So grew up with a very middle class sort of upbringing and the like. But one thing that, my father really instilled in me being an electrician and a union worker was a sense of hard work. And watching him as I grew up, I think largely framed the type of work ethic that I bring to being an attorney. My father had had a pretty severe accident when I was in grade school. He was actually hit by a police car that was speeding, no lights and sirens, put him in the hospital for a few months. And my parents had retained a lawyer at that point to pursue the case against the city of New York and the police officer. And at the end of the day, the attorney we had retained did a great job. He did take care of my father in terms of getting him just and rightful compensation on his case. And those years could have been, really difficult and filled with a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety. But yet having that person sort of in your corner, somebody that's telling you, don't worry, I'm going to fight for you and I'm going to take care of you, really left an indelible mark on me as a child. And as a result, I always sort of said to myself, you know what, that's what I want to do when I grow up. It goes a long way towards how I interact with my clients, because to me, I understand that while now I'm on the other side, I think back to what it was like when my family was on the side where we were the ones who were so desperately needing help. And so I think I take a lot of that certainly into how I interact with my clients, how I talk to them, and how I work with them to try to instill that sense of confidence in a time when I know they're going through a lot of difficulty. When I started here 20 years ago, the firm was smaller, but I wouldn't say small, certainly not for a personal injury firm. And over the years that I've been here, we've grown in a lot of ways exponentially. I think when you're doing the type of work we do, having the type of operation that we have and the resources that we can bring to bear to represent individuals, I think is so important. It's one of the biggest advantages of coming on board and being represented by Parker Wakeman, and one of the things that separates us, I think, from most other firms, if not almost every other firm out there. If I was to kind of write my own sort of, legacy at the end of the career, I would hope that people would say that I was a great lawyer, that I was dedicated to my craft, and that at the end of the day, I put my clients above everything else. Those, I think, are the three things. And I think, frankly, those are sort of the hallmarks of our practice here in general. My partner, Jerry Parker, who founded this firm 30 or so years ago, is probably one of the most zealous advocates that I've ever met for his clients. And to me, I look at him and I feel exactly the same way. I always say, if you're not prepared to get up every single day and say, I'm going to dedicate 100% of what I have to representing my clients, then this particular profession in general, within the legal profession, is definitely not for you.